So, and then that can be explained as enlightenment or discerning your soul purpose. And part of why I think Ma, great Ma, Kali Ma, is pushing me to my edge to get in front of you all and speak like this is because this little window of time right now that we have inward, like everybody's grounded, y'all. So you've been out of control. It's time to sit down and really contemplate. You know, contemplate, is your life going in the right direction? Contemplate, how can I serve my humanity, my planet, all this good stuff. So we have this precious window where the collective vibration, the collective presence on the planet, even the presence of the elementals. I mean, the Himalayas are being able to be seen for the first time in places that have been seeped in smog and such. So there's a lot of sight that is opening right now. And we have the capacity, if you don't know your life's purpose yet, to really take the time to dive in and dig around. What is it? And so these Kali conversations, that is part of the big piece of it, is how can we use these ancient wisdoms that have, one, predicted exactly what we're living in right now on the planet. This is no surprise to the indigenous wisdom traditions of the planet. Just ask any one of the indigenous wisdoms of the planet. Find a wisdom elder, dig it up online, whatever. This is not a surprise. So now that we're here, let's make the most of it. So moving right along through my outline here. The dance of Shiva, Shakti, and Shiva, feminine and masculine universal energies. So Shakti and Shiva are both Sanskrit terms. Shakti, in this worldview, the feminine Kali Yogini worldview from India, systems are still being practiced today. Very ancient system. Who knows how long it's been practiced, because partially it's secret, hasn't been written down. But just know it's very ancient. We're talking over 1,000, maybe over 2,000, who knows how many thousands of years. And so the thing is, if you find something, Chinese medicine is a great example. If you, because it's over 1,000 years old, if you find a system that has been in practice consecutively, continually, for 1,000 years or more, and people today still are practicing and trusting it and aligning their lives to it, you can pretty much count on it for having some weight. And so that's what we are talking about today, ancient systems that are explaining how the universe works and how we can align ourselves to that, to optimize our time in these bodies and awaken our minds and our consciousness beyond these bodies. So that is largely the story and the dance of Shakti and Shiva. Shakti is feminine, universal, creative energy. It's believed that Shakti is the original seed of potential that then birthed the universe as we know it. So the universe was empty, but there was potential. And what births? Females birth. Female has womb, and female carries the potential of life, and therefore the mothers or mother, whoever you're talking to, of the universe are feminine, and that's believed to be Shakti, that feminine energy. Now Shiva, just like a coin has two sides, like dark has light, you have to have dark in order to see the light. So that's how Shiva and Shakti work together. So Shiva is the masculine universal energies. So that is very structured and foundation. And so the two of them work together in this beautiful, ever ongoing yogic union of Shakti and Shiva, the dance of the masculine and feminine universal energies. So in a little bit before I hang up today, I'm going to actually show you a little demo of Odissi Indian Classical Dance. It's a classical dance style that I've been studying for many years. And it's actually a yogic, I consider it a yogic dance form. And it actually marries the principle of Shakti and Shiva dancing, and it's literally takes these universal energies and brings it into the dance. And I'll show you how beautiful Shiva, as the foundation of the dance, enables this really sensual, gorgeous, feminine aspect at the same time. So it's very powerful to experience that dance in your body, in my body. And I'm teaching 2 new series starting the last week of this month that I've never taught before, and it's all part of this Kali Conversations, Kali Yuga, fast path of awakening through body, spirit, mind for the feminine body. Super stoked about that. So here we go. Okay, time to read. So last week I broke 2 of my really major rules, and I read from my Yogini teacher's book. Philippa, so good to see you here. Long time, sister. And Erica, awesome. Jean, yay, who's all here? Tasha, Cassandra in Canada, awesome. Lisa Pfeiffer, one of my great inspirations for art. Sherry, awesome. Dance sister, super sweet. Michelle, yay, I'm glad you're back. Yay. Kelpie, hi sister love. Yay. Wendy, I'm not sure if you're still on, but awesome, awesome, awesome possum. Okay, here we go. Carry on forward. I know I'm kind of speed reading here, but I know all of us have semi-short periods spans of attention. So, and it's a beautiful day here in Central Oregon. Gotta go get some. All right, so where was I? Last week, read from my Yogini teacher's book. So we had the very Shakti tone. She is full Shakti. Hello from Poland. Yes, awesome. Thank you. That's wonderful. So last week I read from my Yogini teacher's book, and which she is my ultimate Shakti teacher. She has changed my life, and she is just full Shakti wisdom carrier, and she is so full on Shakti. She is Kali. Wow. But today we're going to hear from Robert Svoboda's teacher, who is a man. So we're going to get the Shiva wisdom. All right. Here we go. The interesting thing, so here's kind of how I roll when it comes to doing things publicly. Like I said at the beginning of this visit here. Zola! Where are you, girl? Nice to see you, sister. So how I roll when it comes to doing things publicly, because honestly, it's not easy for me to do this stuff publicly. This is very intimate, very, very intimate. This is like my inner world. This is like standing in front of you bare naked. So imagine that's how it feels. And so this is not easy, but I take signs as my guide. And I have had this book for years. And actually this book, as much as I've read I've read a lot of it, but it's been on a shelf for a couple years. And there's been this huge stream of Kali presence in my life lately. And then this book fell off the shelf, and then here comes the downloads, for a couple days. And I'm just like, okay, here we go, next round. So that's how things happen, as I notice the signs. All right. So this is Robert Svoboda's teacher, his master teacher, yogi. I say there is no end to knowledge. So there is no use of trying to confine it to one scripture or one holy book or one experience. This is why I say when people ask me what religion I follow, I don't believe in a sect. I believe in sampradaha, incineration. Burn down everything which is getting in the way of your perception of truth. She's burning it down. Burn down everything which is getting in the way of your perception of truth. So we could pretty much say that's what Kali is telling us right now. Burn down everything which is getting in the way of your perception of truth. Capital truth, universal truth. So then we have to ask ourselves, well, what is universal truth? Let's see. In this tradition that he's of, this tradition suggests that nothing exists except the individual, that each of us has our own individual realities which are real only for us. So that would be our relative truth. That being the case, how can you communicate your experiences? It's impossible. That is why his tradition, which is one of the two eternal traditions in the old world and still alive in the current world, gives the same advice to everyone. Carve out your own niche. Carve out your own niche. He's saying you don't have to follow the herd. Carve out your own niche. There is no such thing as sin. We have invented sin, along with heaven and hell. You must work at your own rate of speed toward your own goal. You must work at your own rate of speed toward your own goal. How many of us are way more comfortable with this current pace of life? I am. How many of us have been running to keep up with the masses pace of life, and it pulls you off center and makes you dizzy, and you're not sure what your truth is or what you're aligning your life to? I mean, I've had to pull in a lot of my life, and it feels very against the grain, but that's what's going on here. So in this period of time right now on the planet, this is so crucial. Carve out your own niche. There's no such thing as sin. You must work at your own pace toward your own goal. No one is required to do anything else. No one is required to do anything else. There's nothing to worry about. You will achieve after some time. Okay, take that all in. The scriptures talk about enlightenment, not because when you are enlightened, you are supposed to see some clear white light or have a halo on your head, but because you have been lightened of your heavy burden of karmas. And thanks to your own penances and to the grace of your teacher. Okay, so you've been lightened of your heavy burden of karmas thanks to your tradition and your teacher who guides you there. Because you have to have a teacher to get there. I mean, some people have sahaja enlightenment, like spontaneous enlightenment, but it's only because they were working for lifetimes before and they had a teacher. And then, so anyway, you need a teacher. And because you have developed the light of perception so that you can see truth directly without any interpreters. So he's saying enlightenment doesn't mean you end up, wearing a white gown and whatever. He's saying enlightenment means being lifted of the heavy burdens, purifying the karmas that keep us in the cycles of suffering, and that you can see truth. So we're talking the ultimate universal truths without any interpreters. See it for yourself. You don't need someone holding your hand anymore. You don't need a translator. So anyway, he's saying this tradition of his is the tradition of light. So if you are in no hurry, you can afford to take your time to get there. Yeah, to get there. Create your own niche. That's what he's saying.